Hi, fellow Cubs. Welcome to the long-awaited Q&A, where I asked a bunch of you guys on TikTok to ask me questions, and we're going to be answering them today. Some of them were related to music, and most of them were related to not music. But we're going to start with music and then not music. Yeah. First question comes from Dean, and Dean says, when did you first start making music? I first started making music all the way back in 2021, so about 5 years ago. The first song I ever written was Food is Mood, and it was actually with a different band. I'll show you the clip of the music video right now.
I look at all the meals and find myself a good deal, and I'll eat a good.
And that's the first band that I was a part of. We called ourselves Diverse Homies. Yeah, so we were planning on making an album called The Buffet. It was called The Buffet because it was like, oh, there's a variety of songs to choose from. But ultimately, things ended up happening that resulted in the album not being finished. So only 2 songs were made out of the planned 8, which was pretty sad. And it took me 2 years after that when I formed the Nanooks to make Cool Start. And here we are now in 2026, where I actually finished my first album called We Shine They Didn't at the end of 25. So yeah, that's how we're here. It's from Ding Mai, and they asked, what's your favorite song? Oh, well, I clarified it. She said it's okay to do both a song that I wrote and a song that I didn't write. So the song that I really like that I wrote is actually 2 of them. I really like A True Blessing. I think that song came out really, really good because the way the synthesizer sounds with that bass line is just really cool, and it gives me a lot of 2000s vibe. And I like My Cherry Blossom because it sounds like one of those really romantic songs that a pop punk band would make. I can just picture myself playing it in front of like a large crowd, or maybe even to my future wife. So that's probably my favorite songs that I ever wrote. As far as outside songs, it'd have to be Sequedad Musical by Banda. That song is really good. And another song that I really like is called, I don't know how to say it, it's in Japanese, but it's a song by Haku. Let's see if I can find it. Can't find it, but maybe I'll play a clip. But the song is really good. This question comes from Certified Bryce, and Certified Bryce says, have you ever broken one of yo guitars? Random question. And the answer is thankfully not yet, knock on wood, hopefully I don't. But I came close. So it was from this guitar that I got in 21. And one day I was playing it, and this was back when I had a keyboard, and I was going all crazy trying to do all that crazy moves when I was playing, and I ended up banging it across the keyboard, and it got a big dent. I don't know if it shows up on the camera that well. It's like right here. That's a dent. It's kind of like a deep crack, but you can't really notice it on camera, and you won't never notice it when I'm playing it in front of a crowd because the guitar is going to be like this. So unless people are under me, they're not going to see it. All the music related questions. The next are more personal / work related ones, and I don't know if I should be answering this, but whatever. It's nothing too crazy anyways. We're going to start off with a good one from Ding Mai again. And she says, what do you think about the AI usage in classrooms by students? It's pretty bad, honestly, because you guys should be able to do this stuff on your own because it's only middle, high school level. It's easy. Guys, if I could do it without AI, you can do it without AI. It's really all about effort, but honestly, it's kind of sad you guys need AI to do basic stuff for you. But I'm not entirely against AI because, for example, I'm not really good with drawing. I always struggle with drawing, but I got good ideas for art. And sometimes I'll plug it into ChatGPT and then it pulls out the image exactly how I pictured it in my head, which is really cool. And yeah, I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me, but hey, I try to find an artist the right way, but nobody replies. And they charge too much money, so it's like, why am I going to do all that work? I can just use AI. But anyways, don't use AI for homework. Use it for your creative purposes. It's like if you're drawing a picture and then you put it on ChatGPT and ask for tips, I think that's fine. But don't use it for your work. Use it for help on creative stuff, not on graded stuff. From Victoria, and she says, what was your funniest memory? Let's see, it's probably from high school. When I was a senior, we went on a field trip to the TAC building because I was on that future teacher thing. and they fed us pizza. And they're like, okay, only take 2 slices per kid. And then there was an excess amount of pizzas, and then we asked her, I'm like, hey, can we grab that? They're like, no, we might give it away later to people who show up. And I was like, okay. And it was me, this Latino guy. We had a Ziploc bag, and then we smuggled some pizza. So we took it in the bag, and then we took it to school. And then when we got to school, when we started eating it, the teacher was like, where'd you get the pizza from? I was like, you know those leftover pizzas they had? You're looking at them. And then we got scolded pretty bad. But anyways, that was funny because it was just such a Latino thing to do. Myla, and she says, what's your favorite movie or show? Favorite show, easy. Regular show, easy. Or Everybody Hates Chris. One of those two. Favorite movie, easy. Monsters University. That's such a good movie. I watched it when I was like 13, and 10 years later, I still watch it because it accurately portrayed how college was like. Because when I watched it, I was like, that's how college is going to be when I go to college. And it was. And in hindsight, it was really accurate, except for meeting the hope your best friend type thing. Because college people are so boring. But yeah, if you go to college, your people you meet there are so boring. It's like NPCs. But anyways, yeah. Riley! And she says, what do you think about the phone thing at school? Well, I think it's good that they're getting rid of phones in classroom. And I know you guys have reasons. Oh, I need it for XYZ. And if you have a legit reason, like a medical thing, then yeah, bring your phone. But like most of you guys don't need it at school. If I can get through school without a phone, then you guys can do it too, honestly. Because if you guys just used it during lunch and passing period or free time, I can see why it shouldn't be banned. But come on, let's be honest. Most of you guys are going to be doing stupid stuff on these things. So it is what it is. Bring a 3DS instead. Or a plushie. Jazz Secret, and she says, do you miss being a student teacher for powers? Sometimes. Sometimes I kind of do, but not really, because I was not the greatest when I was a student teacher. You know, I'm not the perfect. Now I'll never be perfect, but you know, I like being in my own room and stuff, because that way if you guys trash it, I don't feel guilty because it's my room. But sometimes, honestly, I kind of miss that dynamic. If I could go back 2 years ago, I could tell myself what not to do and what to do, because I learned a lot. But yeah, 21-year-old me and 23-year-old me is like really different. Hey, Jawan. And Jawan asked, what was your childhood like? Well, not too different from your guys' childhood. When I was really young, we were kind of poor, so that was something. But then eventually when I got to like middle school, it was pretty alright. You know, no major complaints other than having to go to daycare. That sucked. But you know, it is what it is. It wasn't too bad. I love playing video games though. Spicy question coming from Ding Mai, and she says, do you have favorite students? All I'm gonna say is maybe. Because if you look at the album, that kind of gives you a hint. That honestly, if you're cool, then I'm gonna be cool with you. It's that simple. But if you're being annoying, then you know it's gonna be not that good. Like, dude, just be cool. You know, that's it. Questions from Dingma, and she says, "Who's your best class?" I don't know if you mean like right now or like of all time, but I'll just go by year. So student teaching, probably Block 3, 4B. That one was a really good class. First year teaching. Probably first semester 1A. That was good. I liked both 5Bs. Both 5Bs were pretty good, except the first semester 5B was a little, but it was pretty good. Question comes from Jawan, and Jawan says, how many girls you dated? Okay, all I'm gonna say, it's a number between 1 and 5. You take a guess. I'm not gonna tell you. Take a guess. Anyways, that's it. Questions you guys asked me on TikTok. If you have any more questions, leave them in the comments below. Other than that, a few announcements. So as you probably saw, we released I Want Some Chicken, and that's the first track of We Shine, They Dimmed, Outshine, which is the deluxe version of our album. We're working on that currently. It's going to be an additional 5-6 songs to the already long album, so it's going to be like 28 songs, which is pretty cool. So hopefully we can release that by summer. This is my goal to release it. So right now we have the January release, then we'll probably do a March release, then April, And then May, June, that's when we release the whole thing. Alongside of that, we're also planning on remaking the Cool Star EP. So that is another project we're working on. So we're going to remaster the whole album, including the scrapped songs that were going to be on Cool Star but got scrapped. So it's going to be a total of 10 songs, which is, we're really excited to release that too. But anyways, yeah. Also, be patient with the shirts because I need to save up money unless you want to pay for it. So I need to save up 300 so I can get enough for everybody. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Deuces.